When people look at a fashion brand from outside, they usually see the glamorous side. They see beautiful garments, elegant photo shoots, social media posts, product launches, styling, packaging, and customer response. And yes, all that is extremely important. But having spent more than 3 decades building and managing businesses, I can say this with conviction. A garment business does not survive on creativity alone. Behind every beautiful product, there has to be a strong business backbone. There has to be structure. There has to be systems. There has to be control over money, stock, production, pricing, compliance, reporting, and growth. That is what this series is all about. It's a story about how Cohesive Minds has worked with Spring Soul, not only on the creative side, but on the business side of the enterprise. In any garment business, there are broadly two sides. The first is the product and customer side. This is the side that the world sees. It includes product design, fabrics, colors, silhouettes, styling, collection themes, customer understanding, brand storytelling, social media, and connection with the buyer. This is the side where the founder's creative instinct plays a very important role. And the second side is the business and system side. This is the side that is not always visible, but it determines whether the business actually can scale. This includes company formation, GST registration, accounting systems, billing, inventory control, production system, warehouse processes, and marketplace listings, website setups, financial reporting, investor pitch decks, and many more things. In simple words, one side creates desire, the other side creates discipline. One side builds the brand, the other side builds the business. And for a fashion brand to succeed, both sides are equal and they need to be worked on together. Spring Soul is a founder led women's wear brand with a strong creative and product identity. At the heart of Spring Soul is Mohita, the founder. Mohita brings the vision of the brand. She understands the product, the customer, the look, the feel, the aesthetics, the emotional language that the brand wants to create. Her focus is the consumer facing side of the business, what the customer sees, what the customer feels, and what the customer connects with. In a fashion business, this is invaluable because garments are not just products. They carry emotion, aspiration, and a sense of how a woman wants to feel when she wears them. That is the space where Mohita leads the brand. Our role at Cohesive Minds is very different. We complement her strengths by building the business backbone around the brand. Cohesive Minds has a mentoring and advisory model, which is not just limited to advice. We actually believe that founders need practical hands on support, especially in early stage businesses. The founder is usually managing many things at the same time: product development, vendors, customers, photo shoots, social media, production, payments, GST, inventory, team coordination. Everything starts depending on the founder. So, with Spring Soul, we stepped in to help structure the business side. The objective was very simple: allow the founder to focus on what she does best, and we build the systems required to manage and scale the business. In other words, Cohesive Minds has handled the business management layer of Spring Soul. Normally, garment businesses are deceptively complex. From the outside, it may look very simple: create a design, produce garments, and sell them. But once you enter the business, you realize how many moving parts are there. You have fabrics, you have sizes, you have colors, you have trims, you have embroidery, you have cutting, you have stitching, and you have finishing. You also have packaging, you have inventory, and you have stock movement between production and warehouse. And then you have online and offline channels. You have product returns. You have discounts. You have marketplace commissions. You have GST. You have cash flow. And you have unsold stock. Each of these has a financial impact. A garment lying unsold in the warehouse is not just a garment, it is money blocked in inventory. A wrong price is not just a pricing error, it can destroy margin. And a missing production record is just not paperwork, it can lead to poor cost control. A wrong GST category or incomplete registration can create compliance problems. A marketplace listing without understanding commission and discount can generate sales but reduce profitability. So that is why business systems cannot be treated as an afterthought. They have to be built alongside the brand. Also, for Spring Soul, OSM Minds has worked on multiple building blocks of the business. We help set up the accounting and billing structure through Tally, including inventory control and product wise tracking. We help set up Vyapar subscription for warehouse control so that stock movement can be monitored more systematically. We help create production systems starting from fabric issue, production management, waste tracking, and issue of finished goods to the warehouse. At this stage, because SpringSoul is still a small startup, many systems are manual, and that is perfectly fine. A startup does not always need expensive ERP software from day one. What it needs first is discipline. It needs clear formats. It needs responsibility. It needs records. It needs the habit of tracking. Once these manual systems stabilize and the business grows, they can be automated. That is the right approach to scaling systems. We need to start simple, build discipline, and then automate. We also supported SpringSoul on the establishment and compliance side. Now, this included GST registration related work, including change of address and addition of product categories such as jewelry. In fashion and lifestyle businesses, brands often evolve. A brand may begin with garments and later add accessories, jewelry, gifting, or other lifestyle products. Each addition may have compliance and accounting implications. Similarly, change in business addresses, warehouse location, billing address, and documentation needs to be handled correctly. We also supported the business documentation, such as rent deeds and other established establishment related processes. These may sound like routine tasks, but they are extremely important. Because when the business grows, when marketplaces ask for documents, when banks ask for records, when investors conduct due diligence, or when GST compliance becomes more detailed, these foundations matter. Another important area has been digital selling infrastructure. Cohesive Mind supported the setup of website, springsole.in and silversutra.com. A website is not just a digital catalog, it's a brand asset. It tells the customer that the brand is real, organized, and accessible. It gives the founder control over presentation, storytelling, customer journey, and direct sales. We also helped SpringSoul with marketplace listings on platforms such as Myntra, Nykaa, and Tata CLiQ. Marketplace onboarding is not just uploading photos. It involves documentation, cataloging, commercial terms, product data, pricing, image mapping. For a young brand, this can be very complex journey. So our role was to help navigate this process and support the brand in becoming marketplace ready. We also help set up meta campaigns because in today's world, digital discovery is most important. Digital advertising has to be approached with structure. And it is not only about boosting a post, it is defining the campaign objectives, audiences, budgets, creatives, and performance marketing. Beyond systems and setup, we also created monthly monitoring reports for SpringSole. This includes monthly sales analysis, financial reporting. Why is this important? Because founders need visibility. They need to know what is selling, which channels are performing, where money is being spent, how expenses are moving, and what the financial position of the business looks like. Without reports, the founder is forced to depend only on instinct. Instinct is important, especially in fashion, but instinct has to be supported by information. And at Cohesive Minds, we believe in combining founder intuition with business intelligence. The Spring Soul engagement reflects the core philosophy of Cohesive Minds. Many founders have strong domain skills. Some are great at product. Some understand customers deeply. Some are strong in technology. Some are strong in operations. But very few early stage founders can manage every part of the business equally well from day one. That is where structured monitoring and mentoring and advisory support can really make a difference. Our role is to complement the founder, not replace the founder, not interfere with the founder's creative vision, but to build a systems and controls, reports, and strategic frameworks that allow the founder's vision to scale. In SpringSoul's case, Mohita brings the creative strength and customer understanding. Cohesive Minds brings business structuring, financial discipline, operational systems, compliance support, and scale readiness. Together, the aim is to build a brand that is not only beautiful, but also sustainable, not only creative, but also commercially sound, not only visible, but also structured. When we talk about mentoring and advisory services at Cohesive Minds, we are not talking about giving advice from the outside. We are talking about working closely with founders to build real systems. Systems for accounting, systems for inventory, systems for production, systems for compliance, systems for digital selling, systems for reporting, and systems for strategic decision making. SpringSoul is one example how Cohesive Minds works with a founder led business to create the structure reported required for growth.